What are you doing? You like the diving board aspect, don't you?
I do.
We're not supposed to like that.
Why? It's bouncy. Hey, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we're two crazy campers.
After losing a combined weight of more than 200 pounds.
We realized we had so much more energy for activities.
Come along with us as we explore the great outdoors.
And join us on a brand new adventure.
So you realize you're not supposed to diving board off of the bottom step, right?
I do tend to tigger the last step.
But that's not a good thing because like that causes injuries. That's the problem with these steps.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this before. When we were at the Tampa RV show, we showed all these different steps and I don't like these steps, but I really don't like fold up steps.
Well, I definitely don't want to fold up the stairs into my trailer and if there's like rocks and sand and dirt, like put it inside of our rig.
And there's another problem with the fold up steps, at least for us and probably for a lot of other weekend warriors or people who store their rigs on a regular basis, maybe at storage facilities or something like that. When we park down the side of our house,
it is tight.
We don't have enough room between the wall of the house and the side of the rig that if we had fold-up steps, we wouldn't be able to get in our rig.
So we deal with the diving board for right now.
So we deal with the diving board, but that's about to change because we're going to change our steps to the ones that we actually found at the Tampa RV Super Show. But before we do that, I want to talk about why we're doing this. Because it's really cool to go to these different RV shows and go around and see all of these cool new features that they have in rigs. And it makes you want to upgrade your rig.
Yeah.
But that could be kind of expensive.
Well, forget about expensive. Even if we were a billionaire, you can't necessarily get the rig that you want right now.
Right.
Because, you know, they're kind of behind on orders and I want to RV right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait.
Yep. So what we've decided is we're going to start a new series. And what we're going to do is instead of buying a new rig, I mean, we just finished up that series on like, is there a better couples camper than Eleanor? And we found one.
Yeah.
But of course it was a Grand Design. But what they really showed us was this is a great couples camper.
It really is. And I think that we can travel trailer 2.0 Eleanor and make her the rig that we want, not just right now, but for the future.
Yep. So our new series is going to be upgrading Eleanor to put every feature that we would want if we were to buy a brand new rig. And we're going to start off with the steps. Like I said, I don't like the fold up steps. I want something that stays on the outside so that you don't get all the dirt, but I really want something that stomps the diving board.
So are you saying that step one in our RV renovation series is to change out the steps themselves?
Yes. Now we've already made some other renovations to the trailer, which in a future episode, we're going to go through all of the different little things that we've done, like changing out our batteries and things like that. We're going to start off on a major renovation now. The major renovation is changing out the steps. And I reached out to Torklift International, who makes the Glowstep Revolution, which we saw on the Lance trailers.
And you've been dreaming about.
And I've been dreaming about them. And we reached out to them and they graciously sent us a set of steps for free. So we just want to disclose we did not pay for the steps. They also have no say in this video.
So if they super suck, we're going to super say it.
We're going to say it. So they don't get to preview the video. They don't have any say in how we produce the video. The deal was they sent them to us. We're going to install them and let you guys see how we install them. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because I don't think you're going to help actually install them.
Sorry, Charlie.
I have read the instructions and it looks pretty simple.
Well, I feel like that is light years ahead of the past where you're like, I could just figure it out.
So this looks like it's a pretty simple install. First thing we need to do is obviously take out these old steps. There are 4 bolts that hold it on. We've got one here, one here, one here, and one here. So we're gonna go ahead and take them off. Looks like it's a 9/16 inch, so we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so I've got the 4 nuts taken off of the bolts. But I'm doing this by myself, and I don't know how easy it's going to be to actually hold it up while I bang the bolts out. So I've got my floor jack, and what I'm going to do is just try to support it a little bit in the middle, which will kind of like hold it up. Now from there, I'm going to go and actually use the hammer and bang the carriage bolts through. Fold these up. Get rid of these. So when you get the steps, they have these bolts and nuts that are actually preventing this from opening up in transit. So we're going to go ahead and take these off. Now from here, we should be able to just undo the latch, and then we can unfold the steps. Okay, so the instructions say that you can do this two different ways. You can have two people doing it, where you're going to unfold the steps, let the steps kind of hold themselves a little bit, and then one person holds the frame up and the other person puts the bolts in. Or you can do one person and you can take the steps off. I thought about using a jack to hold everything up to avoid taking it apart, but I don't think it's going to work right. It's going to be kind of awkward. So we're going to go ahead and do the extra step to take these apart. So all you have to do is flip the latch and pull out on the top step. And now there's going to be a bolt right here and a bolt right here. I think it's 9/16, and then there's an Allen key on the other side. So we can go ahead and take this apart. Okay, so we got the steps out. That'll make it much easier to maneuver now. You can just put this up here. It's got a series of bolts. We're going to just go ahead and mount it up in the holes. We're going to put a bolt on each side. That'll allow it to hold, and then we can put the washers, the lock washers, and the nuts on. So each bolt gets a washer, a lock washer, and a nut, and it's all 9/16. So right now I'm just gonna hand tighten it because you can actually slide these forward and backward a little bit in the slots in here, and I wanna make sure I mount them in the right location. Okay, so that's up. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bring this up to the front and kind of level it right with the front of the trailer. We're gonna go ahead and put the steps on, and then we're gonna make our final adjustments and tighten everything down. So I think the easiest way to get these up into that spot is gonna simply extend the steps. Take some of the weight off on me. Okay, so now we got the steps back on. I'm gonna make sure that this is nice and flush with the doorway, and we're gonna go ahead and tighten everything down. Well, with that, we're all done installing it. It literally is 4 bolts off, 4 bolts on. I mean, if you're doing it by yourself, it may take you a few extra minutes. If you have a second person, this is like a 15-minute job. We're gonna go ahead and fold these up. We're gonna grab Rachel and show her how to use them.
I gotta be honest, I don't see a big difference.
What do you mean you don't see a difference? These are so much better steps.
It looks like our old steps.
Okay, well, let me show you how to do this then, because this is so much better. Okay, come on down here.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a little safety pin right here.
All right.
You're gonna pull out the safety pin.
Okay.
Okay, now it actually has instructions right here on how to do this.
I like that.
So you're gonna start by pulling out from the top.
Okay.
So you pull out from the top. Oh, I'm sorry, you gotta lift this handle. See this little handle? That locks it in place. So lift and pull.
Oh.
Now you just pull your bottom step down. So just pull it out. Pull straight out. There you go. And now you can make this, if you don't have this much room, it'll actually like come in more, like that.
Oh,
see, like it adjusts to whatever you need. Now here's the thing that makes this different. Go ahead and fix that foot down there on the floor and fix the one on the other side. Now try to do your diving board technique.
Oh my gosh. It's firm.
So that is so much better than the steps that fold in. You're getting the same thing. You've got everything. You're on the ground. No more diving board. No more tripping.
This is going to be so much less scary for my mom.
Right, but you're not going to put the dirt inside with the fold up.
Right.
And they adjust with how far out you need based on if you don't have a lot of room, you can make them smaller.
How fun. This is nice.
Let me show you how to fold them up. So to fold them up, it's in reverse. So we're gonna lift our handle up and you're gonna fold in from the bottom. So just push in, just push. Just like it's on an accordion. Then you lift, and push it back. And then this locks it in. And then always make sure you put your little retaining pin. That just makes sure it can't accidentally come unlocked.
Wow. This is way safer.
Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna grab the camera and you're gonna do this on your own and don't screw up because you're on camera. So pull the pin. Now lift the handle and pull from the top step. Now you just extend your bottom. Now you can stop right there. Now let's say that that's where the wall was.
Right.
You can have your steps like that, but you have more room so you can keep pulling out the bottom and extend the accordion all the way.
Wow.
Now here's the thing. Sometimes you may have something where you're still not touching the ground. Maybe you have a really big drop down, like you had to elevate this side really high. You can adjust those feet even more. So if you lift up the bottom step a little bit, and if you look, there's a little pin.
Oh, wow.
And then you can pull that out even more. Let's say one side is lowered. See, like now the other side is lower. Or like we're on a ramp right now. So you can have that one like that and then do the other one double or vice versa.
Nice.
So you're always going to be on the stable step.
Stable. I like stable. I don't know if I want to sit next to you. You are very sweaty.
It's Florida. It's 94 degrees outside.
Ooh. Okay, so how do you think it was installation-wise? Was it easy for just a normal person?
Okay, now I'm going to say this. Out of all the changes that we've made to Eleanor so far, and we've made a bunch, which we have some film on, and we're probably just going to, they're little things. So we're going to kind of throw together one video of like the tiny upgrades we did. This was probably the easiest and fastest upgrade that we've done so far. Like I've added fans to refrigerators, and we changed out our battery to Battleborn batteries. We had to change out converter boxes. This was the easiest. It took about 30 minutes for me, myself, to install it by myself with nobody helping me hold it up.
Wow.
And that included me having to position cameras and fold and, move things around. I feel like if I wasn't filming it, I probably could have gotten it done in about 20 minutes.
Nice.
If you have a partner, which if you have somebody to help, I almost came in and got you, but if you have somebody that can help you, like as you're unbolting the old one, hold it up while you're pulling the bolt out, and then when you're putting the new one in, like hold it up while you're putting the bolts in, this is a 10 to 15 minute job tops if you have two people. 20 to 30 minutes by yourself, but again, it's 4 bolts off, 4 bolts on, much easier than the fold-up steps.
Well, and all joking aside, I've been very excited about us getting the new steps in because The kids tripped on the old steps. My mom tripped, which was super scary for us on the old steps on a camping trip. And I can't even tell you how many times I have misstepped on our old steps.
Plus you got the diving board.
So I feel really a lot safer going into our next camping trip because you don't want to stumble, hurt your ankle, and then ruin your camping trip.
Yeah. Now, again, we actually almost put in the fold-up steps when we first bought Eleanor. We called them up and we were like, hey, we want the fold-up steps because we definitely wanted that secure footing. And then we started measuring the side of our house. We're like, we better wait until we can make sure we can undo them. And it's a good thing we didn't. So we're accomplishing the same thing, which is what everybody likes about the fold-up steps is like that stable touching the floor thing. I like these better. I do want to give a big shout out, thank you to Torklift International for sending us these steps. Now, if you're interested in these steps, there is a link down below. We don't make any money off of the link, but that's where you're going to purchase them. I don't see them being sold on many campers. We first saw them like on the Lance campers.
Yeah, and there is a lot of accessories that go with these stairs.
So you can get an extra grab rail on there, especially if somebody's a little bit older and they need that secure hold all the way up.
Or they're like me and not super balanced.
They have a piece that mounts in the back so you don't put your foot all the way through by accident. And then they also have like a little foot scrubber.
Ooh, I want the scrubby.
The only reason I didn't order the foot scrubber is because I don't know what happens to it. Like, I think, do you have to put it on and off every time you get there because it's not going to fold in underneath the rig.
But that would be really great if you're in like a muddy place or we're staying on a golf course or something. I think that would really help.
Now, Torklift makes it really easy to order this. You simply go on their website and you're going to put in what rig you have. And it's going to tell you which one you need.
Nice.
And again, super easy. They have a couple of different ways that you can mount it depending on it. They even have one, I believe, that can fold up inside now.
Wow.
Again, that's not something that we really wanted. But again, super easy installation. Again, a big thank you to Torklift International. Use the link down below. We don't make any money off of it. It's kind of like our way of saying thank you to them for sending it to us. I'm super excited about this. And I will say this in closing. With all of the other renovations, this should have been the first one.
I agree because this is a safety issue.
It's a safety issue.
It's an absolute safety issue. And I'm not kidding. Like, there's been a couple of times where I've caught myself with this railing and I thought to myself, man, if I had really tripped and fallen, like this would have ruined the trip.
Yeah.
Like we would have been done with the trip.
Now again, this is only episode 1 of us making these changes to Eleanor to make it the perfect RV. What are we calling the series?
Upgrading Eleanor.
Upgrading Eleanor. So this is Upgrading Eleanor episode 1. Now we have a lot of cool ideas and modifications we're going to make to Eleanor to make this the perfect RV. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and you hit that little bell button so that you're notified as each one of these videos come out. Now that is going to be the end of today's video, so please do us a favor, hit that like button down below. It really does help build the channel. It also lets us know what kind of videos you're looking to see.
Also, don't forget to hit the little bell button, and that way every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
Until next time,
happy camping!